Hello ladies and gentlemen, Top Hat Gaming Man here once again, joined by Luke Street to bring to you another exciting edition of Top Hat Chat. Today we are once again going to be discussing ill-defined words to describe various things within gaming. So there's a few words in particular which have been perturbing me, which I've decided we're going to talk about.
There's always something that annoys you.
Yes,
just adds to that
I'm
list.
constantly besmirched over various subjects.
Yes, okay, so also you said another exciting episode. I think you used the term exciting a little bit loosely.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. That probably annoy people too, so it's not exactly exciting, is
Now
it?
that I point it out, it's definitely going to annoy someone.
Probably,
Yeah, we'll get some proper hate soon, I think. But yeah, okay, so what are today's words of hate and disruption that you get?
There's two in particular which are used within a similar context. And the first of those is the word casual gamer. Which apparently appears to be used as a way to describe people who don't play a lot of games. They just dip in and have a go at something here and there, like mothers, for example, who have a little go at Candy Crush Saga. Does that still happen?
I think it must do.
Well, yes.
There's still adverts for it on TV.
That's an example of apparently a casual gamer. And then another word as well, which I remember being chucked around a hell of a lot during the Wii U era.
Okay.
And that was people constantly saying that the Wii U was of no interest to core gamers. Because apparently core gamers make up the larger core of the gaming, and that's the word that's basically used to describe people who like FIFA, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, you know, all the crap which morons play because they've got no taste.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But that was another thing. I also noticed that the word, they said that core gamers don't like the Wii U. So what, are they insinuating that casual gamers like it then? But I've always thought of casual gamers and core gamers as being the same thing, surely, because they're both groups of people who don't play many games. They've just got, they're the core of the population, and they only play a select few games because they're not really gamers. So if you're a core gamer, that means you
See, you're going off on a rant at the moment, but you're missing out another definition which vaguely covers what you're talking about.
Okay, what definition?
Hardcore gamers. That's another one that I know you're going to hate.
Yes, I've heard the term hardcore games as well, and the inference I've always made from the term is just idiots who don't really understand what core means, and they just think that the word core is an abbreviation of hardcore rather than to mean a core.
No.
So, yes.
No, you're wrong.
Really?
Yeah, you told me you were going to do this, so I have taken the liberty of actually having a little look at the definitions.
Okay, let's hear about these ill-defined definitions then.
Okay, so casual gamer.
Yes.
It says casual gamer is the lowest common denominator in the gaming industry.
And that's what I said, yes.
Yes. A gamer that puts simplicity over complexity.
That's stupid. Simplicity over complexity.
Well, in theory, that would be stupid. By definition, that would be stupid.
But you get loads of people who are really casual with their games, and they play something like Call of Duty, for example. Call of Duty is simple in its gameplay, but it's got to be really complex in its design. Like millions upon millions, billions gets invested in those games. So saying it's simplistic in design, that's wrong.
Okay, well, no.
But it's a really casual game to play.
Let's try and put this into a little bit of perspective. So if you look at example the Tomb Raider games.
Yes.
Okay. So you have the original Tomb Raider, came out in 1996.
Yes. I don't know if you're right. You might make someone read in the comment section, but we will soon know.
Ish. Okay, 96-ish, just so nobody shouts at me. That game was quite complex, had some decent puzzle elements in it. The music was really was great. It's orchestral. Really, really nice music. But it was quite complex in 1996.
And that attracted the core of gaming. It was very popular.
But now you have the new Tomb Raider. Okay, the new Tomb Raider is considerably more easy.
Yes.
It's very linear. It's always moving in one direction. I
think that's gaming in general, though. Gaming is a lot more hand-holded than it used to be back in the day. But that's because gaming is getting more casual, because the gaming demographic is becoming broader, isn't it?
Yes. So it's somebody.
So the core is casual.
So somebody that is playing complex games like the original Tomb Raider would be considerably higher up on the scale, because it's got to be a sliding scale, yes, between the 3 points, they'd be considerably higher up on scale than somebody who plays the new Tomb Raider, which is considerably simplified.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it is. It's got to
But that's simply the case because back then, the core of gaming was much smaller. It's as simple as that. Games were harder because the core was smaller. So everyone who was into games back then, they were a lot more into games. Do you understand what I mean? You had to be... Basically, there was a higher chance that you was a nerd back then playing games than you are necessarily now.
Okay.
Wouldn't you agree with that?
It does make some sense. I can see what you mean. Is there anything else worth reading here? Yeah, it basically says that most games that were pre-2000-ish were propagating difficulty by complexity, and that demand is decreasing.
Yes.
So that makes some sense, I suppose.
But yeah, the core's grown.
Intellectual degradation of society.
Yes, because the core's growing. It's as simple as that.
Another thing that's thrown out there. And such gamers are called casual gamers. That is what they are referred to.
But surely, exactly, but the casual gamers are the core of the gaming market. That's what I'm saying. So therefore, a core gamer and a casual gamer are exactly the same bloody thing. Morons. They're exactly the same demographic.
Well, let's have a little look at...
Although, obviously, because it's the core is so huge, you may get someone, like I said, is in the Candy Crush saga, or you'll get someone into Call of Duty. But I think all that comes down to is whether you're some scummy mummy or some father on the dole or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing, it's just the male or the female equivalent. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's look at core gamer then. A core gamer, a core or mid-core gamer, is a gamer with a wider range of interest than a casual gamer, and is more likely to enthusiastically play different types of games, but without the amount of time spent and sense of competition of a hardcore gamer.
See, again, I do not agree with that term. That's not a core gamer. That is not the core of people out there playing games. There is no chance that the majority of gamers you could describe like that. That's stupid. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Okie dokie.
And hardcore game, what's that? What is a bloody hardcore gamer then? Because as I said, I've always looked at that as someone who's abbreviated the term wrong, or reverse abbreviated it, I suppose.
Someone who plays video games as a primary hobby. They tend to spend large amounts of time playing games, often in excess of 2 or 3 hours a day. To be fair, that describes you, I think.
I'm not that bad.
No, you used to be.
At times I have, I'll be honest, yes.
They tend to care less about graphics than casual gamers. Which I suppose the way that they're looking at here is kind of the CSGO. There's still quite a large group of people that play things like CSGO. Which is a first-person shooter game, which you probably
if
never
you're
heard
a true,
of.
I don't like this term hardcore gamer, I prefer the term gaming connoisseur. So if you're a gaming connoisseur, like myself, you are going to want to taste all the finer wines. You're going to want the acquired taste, aren't you? Like, you don't necessarily need the best graphics, because you've got such a good taste that it will taste completely different to you than it will, for example, the same way it would taste completely different for a twat down the road playing Assassin's Creed.
So it kind of like... You're talking about like Dota?
This I don't even know what that is, because yes, I'm too up myself.
It also says here that they would generally specialise in a single genre of game.
That sounds a little bit on the spectrum to me, and I'm not talking about the ZX one this time. Am I allowed to say that?
I don't know.
Being obsessed with one genre, that sounds a bit mental health-ish.
No, being obsessed is different to like. If you play a lot of first-person shooter games, or a lot of platformers, or something like that, you know,
that's weird. That's weird. Just specialising in one genre. No, that's strange behaviour. I don't agree with that. Not for a normal person. I suppose this is hardcore people, aren't they? So maybe they are strange enough to only like one genre. But then again, that puts them back in the bloody core demographic, doesn't it? Because they're only playing one genre. We've gone back to square one. This is stupid. That's what I'm saying. This is ill-defined.
Okay. They'll often seek out obscure and older games based on word of mouth or positive critical reception.
Isn't that anyone with any sense in their brain though? You're gonna seek out the stuff which is critically well received. If anyone's got any brain whatsoever,
FIFA did quite well.
Yes.
So did Call of Duty.
Yeah, but they just keep re-releasing it every year, don't they? Over and again, re-release, 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 just over and over again.
Okay. The stereotypical hardcore gamer is out of shape and has poor hygiene.
Well, to be fair, when we had the Blackpool Play Expo the other week, and I suppose that described 90% of the audience who was there. When you take the smell of the place into account and just looking around.
It smelled alright. There was nourishment.
It did not smell nice.
It was okay. It smelled retro.
It smelled like bloody CEX or Game.
It smelled retro.
Oh, it smelled horrible.
It was alright.
Oh, I didn't like it.
I could smell strawberry nourishments all over the place.
Whatever. No,
Very
you're
nice,
right.
yeah.
It smelled terrible.
Yeah, so that's hard games. I mean, you've got professional gamers as well, like pro gamers.
Well, I assume a professional gamer is someone who games for a living, so that makes sense. That one.
Yeah.
How could you disagree?
Well, I can quickly try and find a.
Let's not even go into professional gamers, please. You're going to do it anyway.
I'm going to do it anyway because you're not my boss. Hold on, I'm going to get it there. I might have. Should we do a cut?
But yeah, can you not understand? No, I want to carry on talking about this.
Okay, go.
Those casual gamers, core gamers, and hardcore gamers. Like I said, all of those definitions are all they cross over with each other, don't you think?
Yeah, they are. But again, that's why I said at the start. I think it's got to be thought of
Like
as on a sliding scale.
Everything just seems so ill-defined when it comes to gaming terminology. Like when we were discussing PC the other week, and what was it we were discussing before that as well? Another word that annoyed me. I think it was the term retro as well. The term retro doesn't make any sense when it comes to gaming.
Yeah,
all these terms are so loosely defined that they just get on my nerves.
Yeah. Here you go. Definition. A gamer who uses competitive gaming as their sole source of income. This does not refer to someone who games all the time and attains some level of skill. Being a pro gamer means you use it as your profession. I suppose most things that are referred to as professional, other than wrestling.
But to be fair, I'm going to completely disagree with this one as well. Don't
Yeah?
agree with that whatsoever, because they're pretending that gaming is a sport or a skill when it isn't.
Well, to be fair, it is. Darts is a skill and a sport.
No, gaming is an entertainment medium.
No, it can be.
No, exactly. It's an entertainment medium, and you can be a professional gamer without being any good at it as well. That's what I'm saying. You've got all the booby streamers who make money off. They make money as full time as a living off of gaming, but they're not good at them. Or you get multiple YouTubers as well. They're no good. They review games for a living. They're playing the games, then reviewing them. They're making a living off them. So you do not have to be good at games to be a professional gamer. Again, a stupid, ill-defined term. Doesn't make sense. None of these terms in gaming make any sense.
Well, okay, so what would your definitions be? How would you define it? Bearing in mind that you know everything.
Define what?
Okay, so we're going to keep the same tags. Okay.
Okay, you're going to have to reread the descriptions to me, don't have to think of a word to describe them.
So what was the bottom of the run? That was casual gamer.
Okay.
So define casual gamer in Top Hat Gaming Man's new dictionary.
Okay, in my new Top Hat Gaming Man dictionary, a casual gamer would be somebody who just dips in and out of games and doesn't really care about them. They only really play one genre.
Uses it as a pastime.
Yeah, so someone, for example, who owns an Xbox One, and they only buy the newest FIFA and Call of Duty every year, and that's about as depthy as their gaming gets. Or they download a couple of apps on the mum run and stuff.
Okay.
That's a casual gamer.
Okay. So the next was core gaming.
Okay, a core gamer is the core of the gaming demographic, so most people who play games. So in theory, a core gamer is exactly the same as a casual gamer, only it's a broader term to describe gamers as a whole. So a core gamer is the general public. Again, someone who goes out, buys an Xbox, only buys FIFA and Call of Duty, or someone on the mum run playing mobile apps. That is a core gamer. Casual and core gamer, it's the same thing, just described in a slightly different manner.
So there's no difference.
No.
So on this sliding scale that we have, they're both here.
It's a synonym.
Okay. Hardcore gamer, that was next.
A hardcore gamer, again, that was quite an amusing word, wasn't it? Okay, hardcore gamer is so stupid.
Okay, go. What's your definition? Come on.
Okay, from a negative perspective, it's someone who smells really bad and probably a little bit overweight, and they spend far too much time playing games in their bedroom instead of going out socialising and actually making something of themselves.
So that definition was pretty spot on.
No, they got one thing wrong, which I didn't agree with. They're saying they only play one genre of games, which I don't think someone who's obsessed with games that much would only play one genre.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, because that's what a casual that's
Okay.
what a casual gamer would do,
And,
not what a hardcore gamer would do.
And a pro gamer, you've relatively explained, I think.
Yes,
Someone who makes
money off of games.
Okay. Okay.
In whatever way.
So, where would you sit on this scale? On this imaginary scale?
I do not fit into any of those boxes. As I said, I'm a gaming connoisseur.
So you'd need to add in...
Like, you know me, I have quite a busy existence outside of YouTube, don't
Yeah.
You've got to admit that. So.
Yeah, no, you are a strange man.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not a hardcore gamer. I'm too
Okay.
busy to be a hardcore gamer.
So would you be somewhere in the middle of the scale?
I don't think I fit on. I'd say, yeah. I'll tell you where I would be. Like I said, I describe myself as a gaming connoisseur.
Yeah.
And see where you get. Like you said, I'd put casual gamer and core gamer together, and then you'd put above that. You'd put, and I make some money off of gaming as well. So I'd be like, I'm not a hardcore gamer. As I said, I'm a gaming connoisseur. So
you're saying that
it
shouldn't be a sliding scale. It should be
a tree,
a Venn diagram, where you're like in the middle of two parts.
No, I don't think I fit into that. Like I said, I could see it more of a tree diagram. Do you understand what I mean? With all different branches going in different directions, and so I don't think I'd fit into a sliding scale.
So you're just a tree.
Because for some reason I'm a pro gamer as well. Because I make money off it. I don't make a full-time living, but I do make a significant chunk of money off of gaming every month.
Okay.
So.
Right. Well, I think that we've come to some conclusion.
I think I'm a gaming connoisseur who makes some money off of gaming professionally.
Right. Well, I'm on the verge of a headache now. So what I'm going to do is
this has been the most annoying term discussion we've had so far.
I'm going to lean over this way a little bit, and you're going to do an outro.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to apologise for potentially frying your brain. So let us know in the comment section how you would define the terms pro gamer, hardcore gamer, core gamer and casual gamer. Give us your definitions within the comment section. Yeah, got anything to say?
No.
Okay, good. Cheerio.